breaking news.
We have had a busy news day and we want to get straight to it. Breaking this afternoon, we are not tolerating gang violence in our neighborhoods. And that's the message from about a dozen agencies on both sides of the river this afternoon. He was at this news conference. It just wrapped up a few minutes ago. So we really want to know at this point, Leah, are there more arrests coming? Live pictures now. In the last 10 minutes, we have just learned the person shot there has died. You heard that correctly. Kim Vo is charged with giving support to a terrorist organization right here in little old Hephzibah. The criminal complaint was just unsealed. It says that in 2016, Vo joined an online group that pledged allegiance to help ISIS carry out cyber attacks against Americans. We are the cyber capital. This is happening even in our backyard. Can you tell, are there any evidence markers? Did this happen closer up on the gas station, or was this more there at the intersection on the road? He was in the narcotics division, and we actually rode along with investigator Ridley just last year. We were doing a story about drug trafficking in Harrisburg. He was back on the streets of Augusta on this Tuesday night doing his job when gunfire broke out, and unfortunately the worst happened. And he leaves behind a wife. He has adult children and very young grandchildren. Unfortunately, this is not the first loss for Richmond County. They have been through this so many times before. Sergeant Greg Marr, Deputy J.D. Paul, around the same time of several years back, but our thoughts are certainly with them. Also an active scene tonight. We have multiple families, multiple law enforcement officers gathering at AU Medical Center, and we have Sierra Cummings there monitoring that situation over there. Obviously, these are emotionally charged moments. Sierra, what have you seen? We know that this is affecting a lot of deputies, a lot of leadership who have known Cecil for years and years. So our thoughts and our prayers go out to them, his family, and everyone hurting tonight. The security guys did apply for a security company license with Georgia, but they have not been approved yet. We did find a Columbia County business license on file for the security guys from 2015 and 2018, which is a little perplexing. There's a Georgia law that says counties are not allowed to issue these business licenses to security companies that do not have that professional license with the state.
So just to back up, they've been doing this for a few years now.
Right.
How have they been able to work so many of these big venues?
It's a big question. The venues, the county, the state, they all have to work together. They have to do their due diligence. They have to vet these companies to keep you safe. And we found a lot is slipping through the cracks.
Hello.
Hi, is this Brian Brady?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Brian, this is Laura Warren with News 12. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
He didn't want to talk to us on camera, but agreed to answer our questions on the phone.
We do not have to be certified to do what we do. There's a loophole in doing security and doing event staffing.
So if you're dealing with a licensed, legitimate company, most of the time they will insist on a contract to outline their responsibilities.
And as you mentioned, there is progress to report. The JBA and the Bell, they now have things in place after our investigation. They're making changes.
Right. They have hired a licensed security company by the state. They've also put a contract in place now that they did not have before.
No judgment here. My own toddler loves playing with my keys. Do you like these, John Michael? Nope. No. And I never thought twice about it until I started asking the health department what they see most when they go in to investigate.
It is going great. We have volunteers standing by ready to take your calls, and we love seeing them busy. There are a lot of them on the phone right now, so please give these people a call. I'm going to hold up. They're so busy, they probably don't have time to hold this paddle up. 1-866-412-KIDS, and you can donate to the Children's Hospital of Georgia. To be a miracle maker, it's only 50 cents a day, and you really make miracles happen right here at home. These dollars go to help our local kids, your neighbors, maybe, heaven forbid, one day your own child. So I want to introduce you to some of the people who receive these benefits from all of your dollars that you're donating. We have little Miss Sky here and her family. Can you say hi, Sky?
Say hey.
Hi. So what brought you guys to the Children's Hospital of Georgia?
So Sky was born with bladder exstrophy, which is really rare, but basically it means her bladder was on the outside of her body when she was born. So we came here, and she stayed in the NICU until she had surgery. So that's what brought us here.
If you would tell people at home watching one thing about what their dollars do and why they should donate, what would you say to them?
Your dollars make it so where we can be seen here in our backyard instead of having to travel across the country like a lot of people who care for bladder exstrophy babies. So.
And you can see Sky is a happy, healthy little girl, thanks to the Children's Hospital of Georgia. So it's sweet little babies just like this one that your dollars are going to help every single day. So please give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to make you a miracle maker, and we will be here all afternoon long.
Laura, I think Sky's a future reporter. She keeps grabbing the mic there.
I
That's
know.
awesome.
She's so sweet.
That's
I know.
awesome.
She can
Thanks,
have the
Laura.
mic. It's a little bit quieter here just outside of the NICU, and we have my buddy Jasir here, and Jasir's mom, Jasir, just woke up, so he is with us. So tell us how you guys came to the Children's Hospital of Georgia.
Jasir was born at 26 weeks and 6 days, unexpectedly born June 13th with the expected due date of September 13th, 2019. We ended up here. Children's Hospital of Georgia NICU staff took great care of him, from the doctors, nurses, all the way down to the housekeepers, keeping everything spotless for us. So we were here for 3 months, 105 days actually.
And he is just perfect right now. I don't know if you can tell, but he's the cutest baby alive, so that's good. But also, what would you say to people looking to maybe think about donating to the Children's Hospital?
Don't think about it, do it. It's definitely needed. The materials, the equipment, everything here to save babies like Jasir is needed. The cribs, the vein finders, anything you can name that your donations will help. We need the support. Jasir was not expected to be here. There'll be others that is not expected to be here. So we definitely want to try to get that money in to donate.
Well, you mentioned vein finders, and we've got a nurse here to show you some of the money you spend today being a miracle maker goes to life-saving equipment, but some just comes to equipment to make these babies just a little more comfortable, to make their time at the NICU and at the Children's Hospital a little less painful. And who does not want to donate money to do that? This is a vein finder. This is one of the pieces of equipment we're raising money to buy. And what it does is, you can see the nurse will just put it underneath their little hands, and they can crank up the light on it and find. You like that?
Buddy,
You see what she's doing? I know she said you're holding on to it. They can find their veins easier, so you don't have to stick them 2 and 3 times, these teeny tiny veins. They just have to stick them once, and it is in the right spot, so it makes these babies more comfortable. So if you can't get behind that for a good place to spend your money, I don't know what you can. So please give us a call. We've got volunteers standing by to take your calls, and there are dozens of babies just like Jasir here who need that money.
It is Wednesday at the Masters. What a gorgeous day it turned out today. The last 2 days dampened our spirits a little bit, but today the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and this is the Augusta National the patrons were hoping for. Out here today, patrons soaking up the sun at the Par 3 tournament. Always a crowd favorite. Umbrellas have been replaced with visors, sunglasses, lots of smiles. That Sub-Air underground system is roaring. It's drying out the greens. And tomorrow, of course, is round 1 when those strokes start to count. Today, a Wednesday tradition out here at Augusta National. The chairman addressed the media. He talked about a lot of interesting things, and Richard Rogers was there to hear the news. What's coming?
This tunnel is going to lead to a lot over the years to come.
And we've seen a lot of that footprint starting to grow, property starting to be bought out, more parking lots becoming beautiful green pastures.
Yes.
So the footprint continues to grow. Dakota is coming, like we said, from Louisiana.
Yeah.
He's hoping to be closer to family, but they say Richard's name a little different down in Louisiana.
That's a good point. I was so nervous about it. I keep seeing Richard in Louisiana. It's a last name a lot of times pronounced Richard.
I like
So
it. I think we should bring it.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, is his name Roger Richard? And then I was like, no, it's Richard Rogers. So it's going to
Richard
take me a
Rogers.
second.
Yeah.
And we'll get used to all the names I got to get rid of. But I am from South Carolina, so
Yes,
I just got to
coming home.
revert back to my, usual, what I'm
Bringing him
used to.
home. I know your family's thrilled to have you here.
Definitely.
We're thrilled to have you here, and the good thing about our viewers is they'll feel like family soon, so I know they'll be thrilled to have you
Yeah,
here.
thanks so much. I appreciate
All
it.
right, we've got News 12 First at 5 coming at you in 3 minutes on CBS.